Welcome to the How It's Really Going podcast, or if you are on the YouTube channel, hello everyone, Shayna here. And I wanted to pop into the podcast and onto the YouTube today because today is the day we actually launched the podcast and the YouTube channel. And I'm really thrilled with everybody who has jumped in and listened and watched so far. This is fun. This is exciting. I have had a podcast for years, but the YouTube thing is new for me. I am still learning. I am still figuring this out. I noticed in my last YouTube video, I had my head down a lot because I was looking at my notes. Don't do that, Shayna. So yeah, and I was just noticing how I was speaking and things like that. Anyways, I'm learning. So this is all fun. And this is how it really goes. And that's why I created this podcast and this YouTube channel, because I want to share these kinds of things with you guys on how, to just get yourself out there and do the things, learn as you go, share the stories, document, do all that stuff. And that's what this is all about. So today I want to share with you guys a little something I posted on my Instagram, and it's such an important thing to share. Actually, I got the idea to post this on my Instagram because I'm a part of a couple Facebook groups for ADHD perimenopause entrepreneurs. There's a lot of questions I get asked in those groups, and I love it because one, it helps me feel normal because a lot of the questions I feel the same, or a lot of the things that they share in these groups, I feel it. One of the questions was from a woman who was saying about how with her ADHD, she has what we have. A lot of ADHD people have what's called rejection sensitivity dysphoria, RSD. It's something that I definitely struggle with. Basically, what it is that we get oversensitive to not even just rejection, but we overthink a lot of the times the reactions that we get from people, especially if they're not the greatest reactions or they're not the reactions that we wanted. And so we'll go into stories and overthinking why those things happen in that way and making it mean something about us. And it's actually probably one of the hardest things about ADHD that I've experienced so far. And I notice how it plays for me personally into my personal relationships. I find myself withdrawing from things because of the fact that the rejection sensitivity that I have can be so intense. So anyways, but we're not talking about that right now. You can Google it. There's lots of information about it. This woman was saying about in her business, she posts on social media, she shares her offers on social media, but she doesn't get the response that she wants. And she's wondering about, am I overthinking this with my RSD, or is there something that I should be doing? And so my response to her was, as entrepreneurs, especially as coaches, new coaches and online entrepreneurs, we get ourselves out onto social media. We start to do our posting. We start to build our audience. We start to share value. We start to show up and be like, hey, here I am. This is who I am, which is great. That's what we need to do. But the whole thing, when you're building a brand for yourself, and that's as coaches and online entrepreneurs, that's what we need to be doing, is building a brand around ourselves. That takes time. Like starting a coaching business is a long game. You must build that, relationship. You must build your authenticity, your authority. You must build that trust with your audience. And that is going to take time. So when you're posting and you're not getting the responses that you want back yet, my response to her was, don't think about it. You've got to post it. You got to try it. You got to tweak it. You got to do it again. You got to post your offer again. You got to post the next thing again. You got to share the next offer again. Sometimes things are going to work. Sometimes they're not. And that's just how it goes until you get to a point where you've done all of these micro actions over and over and over again. And eventually they will compound. And then all of a sudden you'll look at your business and you'll have people who are like, every time you do a post, you get 30 comments and you get people DMing you. And every time you put out an offer, you get, sales on the first day, and then you sell out. And those things are coming for you, but they come after you continually take action when no one's there, when no one's buying, when no one's commenting. Like, this coaching thing is a long game. And it's hard. It's really hard because people like myself like instant gratification. I like to be able to put something out and have someone buy right away. And that's like, for me, it's like, okay, good. They didn't reject it. They didn't reject it. They like it. Awesome. I'm good. Let's keep going. But if it's crickets, you start to tell yourself, and I say you start to do this because I do this too. So if I do it, you guys might be doing it also. you start to tell yourself stories about it's not good enough. Oh, I should have done it this way, or I should have done it that way. And the gremlin starts nattering at you in your head, telling you how much you suck. And that gremlin he's not right. It's not true. He's just there. It's your ego to try and stop you from doing things that make you grow. That was my response to her, was to keep going, to keep trying, keep pushing, put your blinders on. You don't need to look at the algorithms or the numbers or anything right now. Your job as an online entrepreneur, building your brand, is to consistently show up as much as you can to build that brand vibe, so that when people come to your profile on Instagram, or if it's a Facebook community or whatever you're building, when they come there, they can see who you are. They can see what you're about because you have enough content. They can see your brand. They can see your vibe, and they can make the decision of, this is what I want, click follow, or this is not what I want, and they move on. But that doesn't come right away. That doesn't come right away. It might take a year. It might take 2 years. I mean, depending on how many times you switch your messaging, and if you change things, it's not like, I don't want to say you're starting over, but if you do change the thing that you're helping people with, if you change your business, like when I started my business, I was a network marketing coach. Then I switched to just general online business coach. And now I am a coach for new coaches. I've refined my business over time, but every time I made a switch, you kind of have to rev up the brand again. And that can take time. So you've got to give yourself space and time and consistency, and continually to show up no matter what you see going on in real time, to build that type of business that has that immediate response, that has the people joining right away, that has everything just, working all the time. That takes time. And it takes consistency. So not just time, because you can't just post once and then give it time, 3 weeks later, you post again and be like, what? I gave that post 3 weeks. No, you've got to post consistently. You've got to show up consistently. You've got to share consistently. Eventually, people start to come. Eventually, people start to buy your offers. Eventually, you start to get testimonials and people who now start to share you with their people. And eventually, they start commenting on your posts and sharing. And eventually, before you know it, when you've done these micro actions over and over and over again, you've built a brand around yourself. You're known for something. This is the thing. You need to build the brand around yourself that you are known for this one transformation. When you get known for that transformation, then, that's where people start recommending you and people start coming to you, and you start getting people reaching out to you, asking about your coaching. But again, that takes time to build. You need to have a main message. You need to build that on your social media. I always recommend my new coaches have a signature program that teaches their one method of transformation to their audience. They get really good at teaching their clients that transformation. They get really good at selling and sharing that transformation. And then, from there, they can branch out and do other things. If you're posting and doing things right now, sharing your offers right now, and you're getting crickets, just keep going. That is the main message here. And if you are a new coach and you don't have a main message, you don't have a signature offer, maybe you're not clear about what you're doing as a coach, then we should talk, because my program, the Client Attractor, is all about teaching coaches how to get the clarity, how to figure out their signature program, how to figure out their main messaging, how to show up and be visible on social media, how to attract their first clients. That's what that program is all about. And that's how I work with new coaches. I do, depending on when you're watching this, it might be a bit late, but I do also have my signature, how to create your signature program with me. It's a 3-session class that starts on January 12th. If you're seeing this before then, reach out to me and I'm happy to share that information with you. I will also post links to those things in the show notes and in the YouTube notes. The main message here, if you are new to your business, or even newer, even if you've been in your business for a year and you're still kind of getting those crickets, one, I would say get clear on your messaging, get clear on what you do for people and what you want to be known for, and then just go all in, consistently building that brand, building a brand around that messaging and who you are, and just keep going until it starts to click. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. So that's how it's really going. That's what really happened this morning. That was my real thing. And I really wanted to share it with you. So there you go. And this is how this is going to work. Anytime I feel like there's something that I want to share, I'm going to turn on my mic, I'm going to turn on my Zoom, and I'm going to record, and I'm going to push it out to you guys. So there you have it. Okay. Talk soon. Bye for now.